Hello and welcome to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham for finals day at the Yonex All England Badminton Championships, event number 3 on the OSEN BWF World Super Series. This is the 101st staging of this event, making it the oldest tournament within the sport. 12 tournaments make up the Super Series, and at the end of the year, the top 8 players in each discipline qualify for the Super Series finals. And as I say, this is event number 3 and the first ever premier event in Europe. Well, we've got 5 finals for you this afternoon, and what a lineup we've got. We're starting with women's singles, and the world number 1, Wang Shixian of China, up against Hirose of Japan, the first Japanese player in the women's singles final for 32 years. Then men's doubles, and last year's beaten finalists Bo and Mogensen of Denmark, up against the 2007 winners Ku and Tan. Women's doubles will follow that, and Yu Yang, the holder, this year playing with a different partner, Wang Xiao. They're up against the Japanese pair of Fuji and Kakiwa. Following that, the mixed doubles, and Zhu Chen and Ma Jin in only their second ever tournament together. They're up against the number 3 seed Sukitra Brakamol and Sara Lee Thongtanghan. And then the last of our 5 finals this afternoon is the men's singles, and it's a dream final. The world number 1 and holder Lee Chongwei of Malaysia up against the Olympic champion and 4-time former champion here at the All England, Lin Dan of China. So what a wonderful lineup. And of course, the first of our finals features the world number 1, Wang Shixian of China, up against Eriko Hirose of Japan. Let's go courtside now and join our MC, Howard Bentham.
It's the Yonex All England Open Badminton Championships here at the NIA. Please welcome in the women's singles final, the number 1 seed from China, Wang Shixian.
The world number 1, Wang Shixian.
And please welcome her opponent from Japan, Eriko Hirose.
Eriko Hirose of Japan. First ever final for Hirose here at the All England Championships. Trying to become the first Japanese women's singles champion at this particular event for 34 years. Arifa of Sweden, the umpire, coin toss, and Hirose has won the toss and said she wants to start the near side of the court as we look down, so the players will change ends before they start their warm-up. Well, Japan has been in the headlines, obviously, this week for, sadly, all the wrong reasons. But in badminton terms, it's been a tremendous week for Japan because they have representatives in the women's singles and the women's doubles. But let's concentrate, first of all, on Wang Shixian of China, the world number 1. 21 years of age, turned 21 last month, and look at that Ross record for this year, 14-1, and that translates into winning 2 titles, the Super Series finals in Taipei, and the first of the Super Series events, the Malaysian Open. Beaten in the final of Korea the following week after beating Kuala Lumpur, where she lost out to her teammate Wang Shixian. Well, she had a very, very tough quarter-final against the number 7 seed Juliana Schenk of Germany. Dropped the opening game, as you can see, and that quarter-final lasted a marathon. 58 minutes, very, very grueling rallies in that, I can assure you. Semi-final yesterday against the former world number 1, the left-hander, also from China, Wang Shixian. That was far more comfortable. So to her opponent, and 25-year-old Hirose, who will be turning 26 next Wednesday. She lives in Osaka, and as you can see, 17 in the world at the moment. Prior to coming here to the All England Championships, hadn't had the best of starts to the year. Got through 1 round in Korea, but lost in the first round of the German Open last week. Well, her quarter-final also was a very important match for her. She was up against a semi-finalist from last year, the Commonwealth Games gold medalist, number 5 seed Saina Nehwal of India. 2 straight games, having been pushed all the way in the second round, incidentally, by Salakit Ponsana of Thailand. And then in the semi-final yesterday against the Bulgarian Petia Nedelcheva, saved a game point in that second game before winning it 22-20. So these 2 players met each other once previously. That was in the first round of the Malaysian Grand Prix Gold event 2 years ago. And as you can see, 2 straight games. Incidentally, Wang Shixian went on to win that Malaysian Grand Prix Gold. And she won it, having battled through the qualifying. So what's an occasion for Eriko Hirose. Lars Reaper is our umpire from Sweden. Mike Wright from England is our service judge. So the world number 1, Wang Shixian, who has been in 3 finals in her previous 3 tournaments, so this her 4th consecutive final of the year, up against Eriko Hirose of Japan. Japanese player trying to become the first Japanese winner of the women's singles for 34 years, when Hiroyuki won the title in 1977. In fact, she was a 4-time winner, was Yuki, of this All England title. But the last Japanese finalist was 32 years ago, with Saori Kondo, who reached the final in 79, losing out to Lena Kopin of Denmark. So the players just about ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Yonex All England Open Championships Women's Singles Final between, on my right, Wang Shixian, China. And on my left, Eriko Hirose, Japan. Wang Shixian to serve, love all, play.
So the world number 1, Wang Shixian, getting this women's singles final underway. No, and a very good opening rally as far as Eriko Hirose is concerned. The 25-year-old who will be turning 26 next Wednesday. Oh, she's had a marvellous tournament so far as the Japanese number 1. obviously a huge, huge occasion for Hirose. She's only ever been in one international tournament final before, and that you have to go back to 2004 and the Indonesian Open. So her first ever Super Series tournament final, and surely in the nerves are going to play a part here.
Yes, I think the Japanese preparation will have been about the trying to take that pressure away from her, trying to get her on there to play free and to play a game. She's had an extraordinary good week. She's been very, very positive. She's fought extremely hard to get to this final, and now I hope she can play free and really give it a go.
This one at the back line, applauded by Zhang Ning, the current Olympic champion, in fact two-time Olympic champion, now coaching the women's singles players in China. But this was one title that eluded Zhang Ning, 3 times a beaten finalist at the All England Championships. Oh, that's brilliant. Absolutely wonderful.
2, 3.
Yeah, great precision here, good slow drop, and then using the full width of the court with that little cross-court cut there. Very precise play.
Well, there seemed to be a little slip at the back of the court there from Wang Shixian. Hope she hasn't hurt herself. Let's have another look at that. Oh, yes. See the hesitation there, Ian.
I think she actually trod one foot on the other, Jill. And you can very easily turn your ankle with that sort of situation.
Nicely done by Wang Shixian, winner of the Asian Games gold medal in Guangzhou at the end of last year. Surprising winner, wasn't expected to win. But has since then just grown and grown in confidence. She's now on a run of 7 consecutive finals, dating back to those Asian Games, and that's quite remarkable. Oh, my goodness. Well, I'm not convinced she didn't hurt her ankle on the previous one, because she seemed to hold back on her movement there.
Yeah, I think she just relaxed. Maybe that one was a little bit too easy for her. Just relaxed and concentrate. Just took her eye off the shuttle a little bit.
Yeah, I think she's hurt her left ankle. I hope that's not the case. Good aggression.
5-4.
Yes, and that's a good description of Wang. So far this year, she's been very, very aggressive in the matches. Trademark. She's got some very, very good angles with her cuts from the rear court and mixes it up nicely with the power smashes down the line.
Well, that's a telltale sign, isn't it? That left ankle is, in fact, heavily bandaged.
There's one of those trademark short cross drops. Gets in early on the net behind it, but just pushes it out the rear court. And there we go, there's the variety. The point before, it's the cross-court cut, forcing their opponent to lunge deep to the front court. And she mixes it up nicely with the body smash with the next point. Good variety.
yes, well, Hirose herself, a great fighter on court, always gives 100%. And in fact, we were talking the other day about how she's a player that everybody wants to avoid within the draw, but she hasn't converted that into titles yet. She has never won an international title. Just wide.
Yeah, it's a good point, Jill. But I think the problem with Hirose is that she's not really got the big weapons. So in the early rounds, no one wants to play her because she's physically very good, very tenacious with her play. So it's never easy to beat her. But the problem is she takes a lot of energy out of herself going through the rounds. So when she gets to the later rounds, physically it's very difficult for her.
Well, so much for my theory that she'd be feeling the nerves in these early stages. Hirose is flowing at the moment. Never really got behind the shuttle.
I think she's got so concentrated on picking up the little cuts to the front court that she's just got caught off balance there with the clear. Again from Wang Shixian, very good variety. Used one or two cuts early in the point and then just used the hold flick clear to keep her opponent off balance. Nice mix of play.
That's lovely. Taking the shuttle early, just guiding it across court into the open space.
Here she sees the shuttles behind her opponent, so she brings the base forward, and that enables her to take the shuttle very early and find the space. And again, just to emphasise the variety there, it was short, she could have smashed. Just keeping that variety in her play to keep her opponent off balance.
Four straight points from 7-all to take Wang Shixian. And again in for 11-7. And I just get the impression that she's beginning to stamp her authority on the rallies, dictate the pace.
Yeah, she's using a nice mix of shots from the rear court, and that's causing Hirose a lot of problems at the moment. I think Hirose's got to try and find a way of cutting her opponent's time down in the rear court, not give her so much time to play her shots from the back of the court.
20 seconds. 20 seconds. Thank you. On court, please.
Bronze medalist at the World Championships last year, Wang Shixian. But Hirose was probably one of the players that caused one of the biggest upsets in those World Championships. In the round of last 16, beat the world number one, the then world number one, Wang Yihan of China. Good judgments.
8-11.
Good judgment again.
9-11.
If Wang Shixian is struggling with injury, is it a tactic that Hirose should be using to try and just extend the rallies and make her move as much as possible? Or do you think that's dangerous against the world number one?
I think that's Hirose's going to be Hirose's game plan, just to try and extend the rallies. But what she's got to be careful of is not giving her opponent too much time in the rear court, because Wang Shixian from the rear court is very, very strong. Got a lot of very good shots.
Ball just long.
13-9.
Yeah, good judgment.
So.
Yeah, it's a good call.
10-13.
Missed another. Do you think that she's going for more winners than normal because of the injury? She doesn't want to play long rallies.
It certainly looks that way at the moment. She's really being very, very aggressive from the rear court. Not playing with a lot of patience at the moment.
Well, both players having to move to all four corners of the court in that rally. I think she must have changed her mind.
15-11.
Yes, and I think this is down to the fact that she doesn't want to lift, she doesn't want to give Wang time in the rear court, so she tries the little deception, but that's not really her forte, to be honest.
(15-11) opening game. Just long. It was interesting in the beginning of that rally. Hirose did a very, very high lift to try and stop the shuttle going out of the back of the court, going with the drift, but didn't readjust enough on that last one.
No, she is at the end that's been more difficult to play from during the championships. Shuttle flying just a little bit more quickly from this end as we look at it.
Oh my goodness. A wry smile both from Wang Shixian and Zhang Ning. Miles long of the back line.
As with the point earlier on, she just loses concentration, I think. Almost too easy for her. You can see what Hirose is trying to do. She's trying to play a little bit flatter pushes, but again, she's not used to doing that. But she's trying desperately to reduce her opponent's time in the rear court. He's just forcing her into one or two errors.
Service 13-17.
Well, she's not happy with herself. Error on the serve.
Play, please.
Gives a point away. Once again, in the early stages of that rally, the big high lift.
Yeah, she managed to control her length better there. She hit a couple of very good clears, keeping her opponent in the recourt. We can see her all off balance there. Never really finds a good defensive position.
Oh, that's delightful. Absolutely wonderful. On the drop chair there from Eriko Hirose.
17.
Yeah, this is really good. Point before, she'd win with the straight smash. Wang was covering the straight smash and she put the cross short angle in there. Well executed.
Close the deficit to just 2 points now.
Yeah, good length again. Just beginning to find the bearings here, using all the extremes of the court. That's a super length.
Well, the error on the next shot from Wang Shixian, and Eriko Hirose is back level.
Really interesting early on in that point. There was an opportunity for her to attack at the net, but having made a couple of mistakes there, she just played a very simple block. And maybe just signs she's lost a little confidence, and that could be to do with the ankle.
5 straight points. Well, she had a good old look at it.
18.
Look to the shuttle, look down towards the line. Oh, well, it was considerably further out than she initially thought. Yeah, there's another error. And she is the player now that looks nervous to me. Wang Shixian and Zhang Ning just a little Uncomfortable wriggle in her seat. Yet another error.
19,
And for the
18.
first time within this opening game, the Japanese number one goes into the lead. Cold long.
Oh, that's unlucky. Wang was nowhere near that. Absolutely rooted in the middle of the court there. Oh, it's very close.
It's a wonderful drop shot again. And Eriko Hirose, having been behind for the majority of this opening game, now has a game point. Good courage from Wang Shixian.
Yes, she needed that, but I do think in the last few points, Jill, the point before, she had real trouble getting down into that deep lunge position in the short forehand corner. And there you can see she was running in. She looks unsure in that corner to me.
So at 20 all, we will require extra points until there's a clear 2-point winning margin. Has drifted wide. Game point number 2. Once again, incredible courage from Wang Shixian.
Yeah, great control around the net here, going for the tight spinning net shot.
Incredible. Going for the second net shot once again, Hirose, and once again making the error.
22-21.
Definite tactic developing from the Chinese here, though, to try and put pressure on that short forehand corner.
So, having saved 2 game points, now the world number one, Wang Shixian, has a game point herself. Well, she has made 1 or 2 errors on her defence or attempted blocks when she's not that close to the net. When she can get forward and play a tight spinning net shot, she's been superb, but when she's forced back off the net, not quite so accurate. 22 all.
Yeah, good tactic. Playing good margin there, going for the centre smash to put the pressure on her opponent. And the tight block, forcing her opponent late into the front court and catching her retreating, trying to find a defensive position. Good thinking.
So now a second game point opportunity for Wang Shixian. Oh, it's called good. What a way to close out the opening game. A drop shot finds the line. And the world number one, having survived 2 game points, closes out the opening game 24-22, much to the delight of her coaches. So their confirmation of the score. 27 minutes of the opening game.
然后就注意到战术上，特别是在顺队时候要多关注一点战术，不要敢跟他斗就好了。因为中间那段时间打得比较好，就是输得比较快，敢抓到。
Yes, not much to choose between them as you would expect in a tight game like that, but the interesting thing is Wang Shixian using much more variety on service, mixing it up between the short and the long serves, trying to confuse her opponent, keep her guessing as to what's coming. Lower down, 1 or 2 more overhead winners from the Chinese player, and certainly that last point there was a trademark short cross drop.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Can't help but wonder how much of a psychological blow not converting one of those 2 game point opportunities will be to Eriko Hirose. 27 minutes for that opening game.
Yes, could go either way, Joe. I'm sure the coaches are saying, look, you're right in this game, you're playing well, you will have taken some of the physical energy out of your Chinese opponent here, so you've got to stay positive. But on the other hand, as you say, she's had a lot of hard matches this week, and it may hurt her losing that game.
Yeah, she's done very well with the straight smash down Wang Shixian's backhand side. That's a remarkable round-the-head shot.
Yes, but Wang Shixian, they're her speciality. Those short cross angles from both sides, devastatingly effective against her opponents. They force them into such deep lunges, and it's very difficult for them to get back and recover into position, even if they retrieve the shuttle.
Thank you. 2-1.
Yes, I really think that every time Hirose is able to make her opponent stop and then change directions, then Wang Shixian is struggling to get into position to play the shot.
Yeah. Yes, I'd agree with that, Jill. This year, though, it's interesting. It's a very tight first game, but Wang Shixian, that's been the key factor for her good results this year for me. She's won so many of those tight games this year. Mentally, she's very tough, because I think when you compare her to some of the other Chinese players, I don't think she's physically as good. I'm not sure she's technically as good, but mentally she's very, very strong and good in those pressure situations.
Play, please.
Luck of the net cord. Shuttle hit the top of the tape. And just rolled over. But Ian, since, you know, the Asian Games where she won the gold medal beating Wang Xin in the final, she has become world #1 since then, only recently. And I wondered when we watched her in the final of the Korean Super Series event when she was playing against her teammate, I thought she was beginning to show signs of the burden of expectation that goes with that status of world #1. It's a whole different ballgame. When you're not expected to win, you can play with freedom, but when you are the best, it's so much pressure.
Yes, and you know, she's very young. She's a very young player. She's got to learn to deal with that, and I think she's doing that quite well. I mean, this week she's had maybe some unexpectedly close matches, but she just finds ways, and that's what impresses her with me. She finds ways to win matches when she's maybe not playing the best badminton. That's another example in that point of what you're saying there, Jill. She's struggling on that first step at the moment. When she's pushing off to start the movement, she's not as quick as we would normally expect her to be.
Indecision. There again, struggling to have that explosive push off from the base position, reacting to the change of direction.
Yeah, when she's moving in the rise, she's fine, but it is that initial push. There seems to be a slight problem today.
Good judgment. Both wide and long.
6-4.
Oof, well, it wasn't long, but it was called wide as well. Yeah, definitely wide. Good call by the line judge on the sideline. Number of times Wang Shixian, when she's played down her forehand side and attacking shot, she's playing the cross-court block.
Yeah, Hirose using a running step to recover from being deep in the back of the court. And when you're crossed in that position, it's very difficult to change direction.
Incredible control with the racket head, because she wasn't particularly in balance, jumping backwards to play the round the head shot, as we call it. So he's playing the backhand. And when your body movement is going one direction to then control the racket head to play such a beautiful drop shot, it's very good indeed. not bad either. Anything you can do, you can do better. That's good courage, good mind games from the Japanese number one.
Yeah, it was a nice riposte, wasn't it? Shixian again unable to change direction quickly.
No, she's overdone it that time. But there's a definite tactic there from Wang Shixian. And she's attacked down the forehand side, wants to play the cross-court shot. It's just a little dispute going on at the moment as to whether the shuttle should be changed or not. World number one said the shuttle wasn't any good anymore. Hirose said, no, it's fine for me, thanks very much, and therefore the umpire having to get involved in the decision-making. And he agreed with Hirose.
Service 7-8.
Both girls playing with great precision on the drop shots now. That's a little deceptive feint there. Forced to take the shuttle very late and losing control of the shuttle. Noticeable in this second game. Wang Shixian in the first game made some mistakes going for the line with the smashes. In the second game, she's playing much safer. She's giving herself a bigger margin when she is going to hit hard.
Parity once again. Yeah, good call by the line judge.
Oh, yes. He's out. Yeah, he's out. Change the shuttle. Play on. Sorry.
Well, this just shows the mind games of sport, because Hirose, having refused to change her shuttle previously, then asked to change her shuttle after she'd hit it long of the back line. And Wang Shixian, who wanted to change that very shuttle on the previous rally, now says no, it's fine.
Again, Wang using good margins with her attack, not risking making any mistakes there and keeping the pressure on her opponent. Here we see it, that's a metre in, but forces her opponent into a defensive position and creates the space in the rear court.
Pushed it wide. Well, the pace of the rallies perhaps beginning to take its toll on Hirose, but on a run of 5 straight points from 6-8 adrift, Wang Shixian goes to the mid-game interval at 11-8. I think perhaps the interval has come at exactly the right moment for Hirose, because having lost the last 5 points, she needed a little break in play.
Yes, I think the coaches will be happy to try and get her confidence levels up again, try and give her a positive tactic to focus on, because she's gone a little bit negative. She's just responding to what Wang's doing at the moment and not being very constructive in her decision making.
Play.
Yeah, it's a good rally.
Yeah, and tactically, much better rally there. Hirose really trying to take the initiative. Playing at a slightly quicker tempo, being a little bit more aggressive with the shot selection from the rear court. Really making Wang work extremely hard.
Wang Shixian just asking for the court to be mopped of the perspiration.
I think she felt that rally, Joe. I think she was really struggling to get her breath back at the end of that one.
Yeah.
She's just managed to earn herself a little break there.
And they have been on court 43 minutes already.
Correction, 9-11.
Managed to push that one wide. Hirose has narrowed the gap to just 1 point. Go wide, but some remarkable retrieving earlier on in that rally. Didn't just get it back, they got it back with interest.
And they're both testing each other, not only physically but mentally at the moment. Some of these rallies are really punishing now. Hirose trying to be more positive, but she's actually off balance when she's sitting down there. And that leaves the space.
Oh, that was an incredible lunge forward from Wang Shixian to reach out and take the shuttle as early as possible. Absolutely brilliant that shot. Hirose left with the full diagonal of the court to scamper.
Thank you. 14-10.
Oh, that's clever. Brilliant. What a very good rally from Hirose.
Yeah, really good play.
14.
Using all four corners in that rally. And again, it's the change of direction that causes the problem for Wang.
Ladies.
Oh, that's incredible. That's found the line.
12-14.
It's a good shot. It's a very passive rally from Wang Shixian. Just hitting high clears, high lifts, giving her opponent time to get into position. She pays the penalty.
Yeah, she's not pleased with herself.
Ladies.
Yeah, that one's been wide.
So 15-12.
I think that was a big point. This stage of the game, 1 point interval or a 3 point interval, there's a big difference there. That could be a key point.
That's when Wang Shixian really gets behind the shuttle. There's so many options. Well, very close to that sideline. I think she's got her confidence back. You were making the point earlier, Ian, that she had gone for the lines early on. She'd been missing, therefore she was smashing a metre inside the line. Now she's got more confidence. She's going closer to the line still. That's just lovely. Really is a beautiful block.
17-12. Yes.
As we've seen so many times already this season with Wang Shixian, you just feel she's starting to feel physically a little bit tired and struggling a little bit, and she puts an enormous effort in to get control of the game again.
50 minutes this final has been in duration. And they're still producing badminton of the very highest quality.
13-17.
Well, that shuttle was deflected by the net cord, and that could prove crucial.
13. So 14-18.
There's been more unforced errors today from Wang Shixian in this final than I think I've ever seen before from her. That, on the other hand, was a forced error. Good play from Eriko Hirose. slipping in there. Eriko Hirose is obviously feeling the pace of this match, and that's quite understandable.
That's great play from Hirose. She's thrown everything at this game at the moment. She's trying to be very, very positive in her shot selection. She's really giving it a go. And if she can win 1 or 2 points, you just have the feeling she's going to get 1 or 2 free runs, as you say. Wang Shixian is making 1 or 2 unforced errors today.
Took that very well. And that lovely smash.
20, match point,
straight down the line
16.
for the outright winner. Gives Wang Shixian 4 championship points. Sheer determination, good courage.
20.
Attacking game is not her natural style. Well, that's 2. The match point saved. And another 2 remain for Wang Shixian. Wang Shixian, the world #1, confirms that status as the world's best by taking the Yonex All-England title. The first ever Premier Super Series event in Europe. And it's not to be for Eriko Hirose, trying to win the title that no Japanese player had won for 34 years. But my goodness, she gave it everything she possibly could. The moments of victory for Wang Shixian. Delight for coach Zhang Ning, who herself was beaten in 3 All-England finals. Well, it's been an incredible run of tournaments, 7 consecutive finals, and now the biggest title of all, Wang Shixian.
Open Badminton Championships, women's singles. To make the presentations, please welcome Eric Brown, Deputy Chairman of Badminton England, and Kei Yanagi, Executive Managing Director of the International Division of Yonex. This marks the 101st championship and the 28th consecutive year of Yonex sponsorship, making it one of the longest partnerships in sporting history. Badminton England would like to extend its sincere thanks and appreciation to Yonex for its continued support, and we're also privileged to be part of the OSIM BWF World Super Series as a premier event. To thank our officials, Eric Brown from Badminton England will now award commemorative medals to umpire Lars Riefer of Sweden and his service judge Mike Wright from England.
A memento to mark the participation in the officiating of the finals by our two main court officials.
Ladies and gentlemen, our runner-up in the women's singles, Eriko Hirose from Japan.
Well, she was the first Japanese player in the women's singles final for 32 years.
Kei
She put
Yanagi
up a
from Yonex will
brave
now present
fight.
the runners-up check to Eriko Hirose.
Her first ever Super Series tournament final. And what a one to make your first. The oldest tournament in the history of the sport. Traditionally,
And Eric
this
Brown
has been
from
the
Badminton
tournament that all
England
the
will now
players
present the
want to
runners-up
win.
medal. Ladies and gentlemen, our runner-up in the women's singles, Eriko Hirose from Japan.
Well, she won't be celebrating her birthday next Wednesday with a victory, but she can be mighty proud
Please
of
now
her
welcome
performance
our
this
winner
week.
onto
Not
the
just in
podium,
today's final,
the
throughout
2011
the entire
Yonex
contest.
All-England Open Women's Singles Champion, Wang Shixian from China.
Wang Shixian, in only her second ever appearance here at the All England Championships. A year ago, she lost in the very first round. 12 months on, she is the champion.
Kei Yanagi from Yonex will now hand over the winner's check to Wang Shixian. And Eric Brown from Badminton England presents the winner's medal and also a bottle of Pommery champagne and an OSIM U Divine, the world's first human 3D massage chair, to our winner. And now Wang Shixian from China will receive the trophy from Eric Brown, Deputy Chairman of Badminton England. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2011 Yonex All England Women's Singles Champion from China, Wang Shixian! celebrate our champion and our runner-up on their lap of honour.